Hey friends, if you enjoy deep, emotional stories like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It truly means more than you know. The rain in Milan has a way of polishing the city until everything looks expensive and unforgiving. That evening, it slid down the windows of our apartment near Porta Venezia, blurring the streetlights into trembling gold. I stood by the door with a woman I'd met only hours earlier, her coat still damp, her hands clenched as if she might bolt. Inside, my wife was setting the table. "Alessandra," I called calmly, "we have a guest." She appeared from the kitchen, still beautiful in the effortless way that once undid me. Dark hair pinned back, silk blouse, the faint irritation of someone interrupted mid-routine. Her eyes landed on the stranger. For a fraction of a second, nothing happened. Then something old and animal flickered behind them. "This," I said, stepping aside so the light could fall fully on our guest, "is Sofia Bianchi." Sofia swallowed hard. I'm married to Luca." The plate slipped from Alessandra's hands and shattered on the marble floor. "Luca, my younger brother, the family miracle, the one who survived the accident that killed our father and left me with a limp and a lifetime of being the careful one." I had planned this moment for months, rehearsed it in my head like a monologue from a tragic opera. Still, the silence that followed felt heavier than expected. "She's the wife of your lover," I finished quietly. Alessandra laughed once, sharp and disbelieving. "This is insane. Matteo, what kind of game is this?" A game. That word burned. And I'd grown up in a family where truth was optional and loyalty was demanded, never earned. After the accident on the autostrada when I was 16, Luca was treated like a miracle returned from the dead. I was the one who lived, but he was the one who mattered. My mother never said it outright, but grief has a hierarchy. Years later, when Alessandra married me, I thought I'd finally stepped out of Luca's shadow. I built a respectable career restoring historic buildings. I loved my wife quietly, completely. I believed that was enough, until I noticed the Fridays. Late meetings, phone turned face down, a new perfume that wasn't hers. When I asked, she smiled and kissed my cheek, told me I worried too much. I didn't confront her. I learned long ago that truth reveals itself more readily when it thinks it's safe. Instead, and I followed the paper trail. A hotel in Como, a shared cloud folder accidentally synced to our home computer, and finally, a name, Sofia Bianchi, attached to a charity gala Luca claimed he couldn't attend. Meeting Sofia was the hardest part. She was nothing like Alessandra. Softer, nervous, a school teacher from Bergamo who still believed apologies mattered. When I showed her the photos, the messages, the mirrored lies, she cried until her hands shook. "I thought I was the only one," she whispered. "So I brought her here, to the center of it all." Alessandra sank into a chair, her composure cracking. "Luca and it wasn't supposed to." "Spare me," I said. My voice surprised even me with its steadiness. "I know exactly how long it's been. I know where you went. I know what you promised each other." Sofia stood frozen, any tears streaking her face. "He said you were distant, that the marriage was over." Alessandra looked at her then, really looked, and something like shame surfaced. Or maybe it was calculation. With Alessandra, it was hard to tell. "What do you want, Matteo?" she asked finally. "To humiliate me? Congratulations." "No," I replied. "I want the truth where it belongs, in the open." The following weeks unraveled like a slow avalanche. Sofia filed for separation. So did I. But divorce was only the surface damage. The deeper cut came at Sunday lunch, when I invited my mother, my aunt, and Luca himself, under the pretense of reconciliation. Luca arrived confident, charming as ever, until Sofia walked in behind me. The color drained from his face. I didn't shout. I didn't accuse. I simply handed around copies of documents, financial transfers, shared investments Alessandra and Luca had hidden using my accounts. Fraud, small but undeniable. A betrayal layered atop betrayal. My mother wept. My aunt prayed aloud. Luca stared at me like I was a stranger. "You set me up," he hissed. "No," I said. "I stopped protecting you." The investigation that followed was methodical, quiet, devastating. Luca's reputation collapsed. Alessandra's social circle evaporated overnight. Friends choose sides quickly when money and scandal mix. In the end, there was no dramatic confrontation. Just empty rooms, legal papers, silence. On a clear spring morning, I walked alone through Parco Sempione, the air smelling of cut grass and rain-soaked stone. Milan hummed around me, indifferent and alive. I hadn't destroyed them, and I hadn't needed to. I'd simply stepped out of the role my family assigned me, the one who absorbs the damage so others can shine. Sophia sent me a message months later. She'd moved back north, started over. She thanked me for telling the truth, even when it hurt. As for Alessandra, she tried to call once. I didn't answer. Some betrayals echo through generations. Ending them doesn't feel like victory. It feels like breathing for the first time after years underground. And that, I learned, is a kind of revenge all its own.